Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I am talking about Kyle Kulinski versus Revenge of the Sis. That's right. Epic battle that could be going down, but probably won't happen. Anyways, before I get started, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. Check out the link, check out the story, check out the other donations. It's a charity from one of our subscribers who needs help paying medical bills because we don't have single payer here. And these guys might even fight against that thing. For what reasons? I might try to dabble into why they might think that. But please donate. If anything, if you're capitalism, socialism, whatever the fuck you're into, sometimes you just need to shut up and help someone out. And you can at Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. Alright. So I saw this video yesterday recommended to me because I've checked out some of their content before. Right? They're two dudes. They're pretty fucking funny. Especially when they're shitting on like Crowder or all these neocons that are afraid to answer questions about Israel. They're shit talkers, They're sort of like they're probably in the realm of Opie and Anthony, like that style of things. Where you just talk shit or, you can talk shit in a comedic way, but also sort of be serious about who you're talking about. It's like, that's entertaining to listen to. Because I like the Opie and Anthony shit. But in this video, they find a tweet. What the fuck are you laughing at? In this video, they find a tweet from Kyle Kulinski where he's talking about a view he has in his plane. I guess either on his way to LA or on his way back from LA. And Kyle says something that sounds fucking stupid, but it's funny. Here we go. Let's play this.
This tweet over the weekend. I've really been looking forward to getting into this.
Everybody piled on this dumbass.
So this guy is named Kyle Kulinski.
Yeah, he actually debated Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, debated Charlie Kirk, and he's been on Rogan, I believe.
He's also an idiot.
He's a lefty podcaster. He has 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, although his videos only regularly get 60,000 views, which to me is always weird.
I'm sure he gets more than that, but whatever. Retention, things like that.
He tweeted this out this weekend. He lives in New York, by the way. This land by Colorado and in the Kansas border. This is the land by Colorado and Kansas border from a plane. Pretty cool. I have no idea how or why it looks like this. So when you look
at literally just a picture of farms.
So when you look at the picture.
So clearly, either he worded it wrong, or he said something stupid. I would say, that's like either a brain fart, or they're just not thinking about it, or they see the cool coloration and they're like, oh, look at this thing. I've never seen this before. Nothing wrong with that. But these guys are going to make a wild conclusion because of what Kyle said in his tweet. Here we go.
It's just farmland. If you've ever flown in this country, you've seen farmland.
No, well, let me just, because you want to make you fucking.
And he wasn't joking, by the way, because he doubled down. This wasn't a bit. He wasn't joking.
Let's stop being all highfalutin and pretending like everybody's flown. Not everybody's flown in an airplane. If you've ever even played SimCity,
exactly,
then you know what a farm looks like.
If you've ever seen a Superman movie, when they do the establishing shot.
Oh my God, that's right.
No, but seriously, even in movies, when they fly over farmland,
he's so stupid that they're
Independence Day.
You think that he's so dumb that he's watching a show like that? He watches like Smallville, and he's like, "Oh, that must be Krypton." It's just like a series of boxes.
So,
I told you they're fucking funny, man. I think they're funny.
he doubled down on it by this is he was getting bombarded, right? Like, dude, delete your account. Like, it was really bad. And I got to give Mark Dice, because Mark Dice had a really, really good tweet. Mark Dice got a picture of New York skyline, and he goes, "Hey, I'm flying on a plane. What do you think these huge buildings jutting out from the ground are? I've never seen them before." He says, "I never fly." This is what...
By the way, I wouldn't trust Mark Dice with anything. He seems like a provocateur. I make money off this type of guy. You know, vote red no matter what. We need to vote the Democrats. They're the problem, the Democrats. It's like, he seems like one of those fucking dudes. One of those opportunist, money-making guys. I'm like, I don't fucking trust you. These guys seem alright. Like, they'll tell you if they're in it for money. Like, they seem like those type of guys. But Mark Dice, like, fuck that guy. Something smells off with him. Just saying. I don't know him. I don't watch his content so much. Just little things here and there makes me think, are you in this for the money? Sort of like Tim Pool's like, are you in this for the money? What's going on here? Do you actually believe what you're talking about? Right? All of a sudden, Stefan Molyneux's worried about the Jews. All of a sudden, it's like, well, where's the money going? Oh, there it is. I beg you, give me the money. $1 that's not worth it. At least $10. All right, let's continue.
Kyle Kulinski says, "I never fly, and I think variations of color in the picture is beautiful. Sorry my wonderment isn't sufficiently cultured or edgy." No. You got caught being a fucking moron.
Dumb.
You got caught being... And, you know, it's easy to...
Yeah, I would say so. Or, you know, it's very possible. It seems that way. But in my mind, you know, I'm not a fucking fan of any of these fucking people in regards to when they start like, I could be a fan of them when they're just doing comedy shit. But if they start going into actual topics, I'm going to say no room for fans, you know? No room for fandom. Now it's like, okay, you're trying to put a message out there. Let me listen to what you're saying. So I'm not a fan of any of these fucking people. Kyle Kulinski, Revenge of the Sis, Mark Dice, whoever, Stefan Molyneux, anybody, Jimmy Dore, not fans of them. They just happen to have the ones I say that, like, okay, I think this person means well, so I'm going to give them a listen. Like, that, I'm going to listen to them, like, you know, in a different way than I would listen to someone like Crowder, where I'm like instantly suspicious. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But people I think are, you know, try to do the right thing by their own, you know, by their own means. Those are the ones where I'm going to give you, you know, I'm going to listen to you seriously. And obviously, I'm waiting for any moment where they fuck up. And this is not one of those to me, right? This doesn't make him some sort of elitist in my mind. This is just a stupid mistake. It's like, oh, you should be made fun of for that. And he's getting made fun of. But these guys are going to put a whole nother narrative on top of Kyle Kulinski, who I rarely see fuck up, really. Like, this type of fuck up is like, oh, this is nothing, dude. This says nothing. This says nothing to me about, oh, you're such a bad analyst, bad political analyst because of this. Like, no. I'll say that for when you're being a Bernie fanboy. If you're being a Bernie fanboy, I'm going to say, what the fuck? And you're going to be called out for it. But when I see something like this, it says nothing to me in regards to ideas. But that's what these guys are going to do. They're going to place an idea on top of Kyle Kulinski because, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a comedy thing. It sounds like something else. But let's play it.
To laugh at it, obviously it's really easy to laugh at it. But even more than that, to me, it shows you. It shows you when we criticize or people criticize the all the lefties that think their entire world is what happens in New York or San Francisco or by the water, and we go, these people don't give a fuck about people in the Midwest. This guy doesn't know where his food comes from. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's weird to me. And look, we live in Florida, okay? But even we have farms in Florida. Like, we see this. Like, you see it.
You can see those on the ground and get an idea what it would look like.
And I don't fly often. You've flown from New York to California at least once if you were on Rogan, right? So if you've flown over this land before, this is the exact reason why people go, it should be one vote for one person. It shouldn't be, because the Midwest would be left to rot. That's what would happen. It would be left to rot.
Yes.
And nobody would care about them. It wouldn't matter. They don't care. They don't care about you. None of these people care about you unless you live by the fucking ocean.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say that sounds like Kyle Kulinski's character at all. At all. Even a little bit. There's nothing about him to me that sounds like an elitist in the sense of politics that are meant to, as far as his politics go. Everything he works with in regards to politics, everything he all the ideas he seems to like, and the reasons why he likes them seem to be all about helping as many people as possible, helping the lowest of the low and building them up. That's why I think he's a Bernie fanboy. I think that's why that happens, because he believes Bernie Sanders is the one who will help the lowest of the low, right? And also stomp out the corrupt of the corrupt. The same people that these guys probably hate as far as politicians, I think Kyle probably hates them as well. Just being real with you. You guys criticize Israel? Kyle criticizes Israel. What about him says he's just a East Coast or West Coast elitist that doesn't care about farmlands? He does a video about Midwest jobs being lost, right? Am I tripping? And says, oh, the way to help out the Midwest is with a guy like Bernie Sanders who will put this policy and this policy and this policy that will guarantee them jobs, guarantee them health care, guarantee them a living wage, on and so forth. I don't know, like, they've probably never really watched his content. That'd have to be my guess. That they assume he's just he's some guy that can be interchangeable with a MSNBC panelist. I don't see that. In fact, what's weird is they're going to read off a pinned tweet that Kyle has that says the policies he thinks people should be caring about. And they're still going to look past that. So that makes me question, do you guys know anything about any of this? Do you understand these policies? Like, at all? Or do you just look at it and say socialism, and then that's it? Hey, I really have to ask that question. But let's continue.
They don't give a fuck about you. These lefties, and by the way, if you really want to get into this guy's politics, if you really do, you should check out his pinned tweet. Incomplete list of policies Dems can and should pursue.
Okay. Policies that his idea of Democrats should follow. Here it is.
Medicare for all. Living wage plus right to union. Free colleges. End the wars. Public financing of elections. No corporate PAC money, no big money building bundling pledges. Body cams on lobbyists. Green New Deal. New Deal.
So this guy's just retarded.
Yes.
Now, those sound like things that most people actually care about. What is it? Like health care for everyone? Living wages? And like guaranteed unions for you to even negotiate your wages even higher? What's wrong with any of that? When he says Green New Deal, do you think he might mean Bernie's Green New Deal? Because I believe he criticized AOC's resolution. A new deal. I guess that means like social programs that protect low income, middle class, blue collar workers. And he's the coastal elitist. Does any of that make sense to you? It's like, really weird, man. Like, it almost sounds like they have no idea what those policies actually are. But they're telling their audience, of course, it's stupid or it's retarded.
New Deal.
So this guy's just retarded.
Yes. And these are the
Why?
guys who have these podcasts and the Pod Save Americas and all these people. None of them.
I don't think he's Pod Save America. I wouldn't be surprised if he criticized them before, but maybe not. I think the other Pod Save America are the guys that Jimmy Dore shitted on for stupidness. Distracting me with food. How dare you?
None of these people give a fuck about you. None of them.
Actually, it sounds like all those policies are tailored for low income and middle class people, the working class as they call it. It sounds like all those policies right there are designed for them, to help them, for their benefit. What the hell? What's the other option? What is the other option? I understand just saying, deregulate everything and all spending by the government and all that stuff. I get you guys, but don't you think that, this might be someone else's perspective, as in trying to make things better? I don't know.
None of them care. They are establishment lefties that live in their little bubble, and all they know about politics is what happens in Brooklyn.
Now, you see, when I use the word establishment, like establishment Democrat or whatever, like I'm usually talking about, an MSNBC host, a CNN host, those type, the establishment politicians, Kamala Harris or Pete Buttigieg or Joe Biden. Those are like establishment neoliberals, as they're called. Those are people that I think Kyle Kulinski fights against. It seems that way. I don't know. I just honestly think they don't know his content, or they haven't listened to it, and they don't understand the context of what he's talking about when he puts out policies like that. And all of this started from Kyle taking a stupid picture out of an airplane window and not knowing what farmland looked like in an airplane. And they made this whole valuation, whatever you want to call it, this whole story for what Kyle is. I think that's unfair. That's right. Because I'm a Kyle Kulinski fanboy. That's what I'm doing here. Being a fanboy.
Yeah, look at those people down there, man. They must be living like animals in those little squares.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Disgusting fucking people I have no respect for. Who I tell them who to vote for and how to think. Fucking losers.
And if not, I call them racist. So
yes.
It's great. It's great when these idiots get called out like that.
As you can see, they have what should I call this? They have Trump derangement syndrome. Does that make sense? They've been deranged from people who were deranged by Donald Trump. To where they think, Medicare for all? You must call me racist, don't you? It's like, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the video where I'm going over shit. What?
PTSD from people who have PTSD.
Yeah. PTSD from people who have PTSD. Something like that. Also, I forgot to go over how like guys will come into my comment section and tell me shit I already knew. Like you're some leftist that doesn't know this happened. You ever hear of the white helmets?
You're not a leftist.
Huh?
You're not even a leftist.
I know. Isn't that funny?
You're a leftist. You don't know it.
Why do you argue for health care for everyone? It sounds like the best idea. I don't know. Leftists. You don't even know socialism killed 100 million.
Security test.
So, before people start coming in the comment section and telling me about how bad Israel is, I already know. I already know about it. I bet Kyle does too, but you skipped over that part. All right, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree, send me information, do whatever you want. You can do a fan request, like some content you want me to check out and react to. I have no problem doing that. We just did one. I got to release it on Death Stranding, that new video game. Donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. It's not a thing for us. We make no money off of it. We just promote the shit out of it. It's a charity for one of our subscribers and his wife. So please donate, because we don't have single payer for our middle class, working class families. They have to fend for themselves. Actually, there's like a funny meme that these crazy leftists came up with, and it's called hashtag GoFundMe for all instead of Medicare for all. If we never get single payer, their idea is we'll just have GoFundMes for all. Good luck. So yeah, please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.